style. I strictly rule.
Welcome back to Sunrise, 18 minutes after 6 o'clock on this Friday morning. You know it's time for us to make way with no cliche. It's TK with the headlines. Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm watching Yendi's face. Yendi's like, what's he going to call her? What's he going to call her? I can see it in your eyes. It's the anticipation. Great morning. I don't like it. Let me just start off with a little, just a little thing. I don't like how the door notice, and mention that DJ Phoenix is from my department, the news department. DJ Phoenix, pick up yourself. It's always a pleasure to have you in the building. I'm a co-worker, people. I'm a co-worker.
So TK, putting you on the spot since you dropped. Is he better at news or DJ?
He's great at all of them the same.
Oh,
Isn't that what mothers say?
And she wants world peace.
Very good.
Let's jump into the headlines.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Let's do it. All right, so this one is interesting. Submachine gun found on 7-year-old at St. Elizabeth School. With the second official week of the new school year wrapping up, police have reported that a submachine gun was discovered in the possession of a 7-year-old student at a local school in St. Elizabeth on Thursday. The weapon was confiscated from the child at the school. The Jamaica Constabulary Force, the JCF, has confirmed the incident on social media, with Superintendent Coleridge Minto, head of the St. Elizabeth Police, noting that additional details will be provided as the situation develops.
Well,
That's crazy to me.
Yeah, when I heard the story, yesterday, and I heard, a submachine gun was found, and then I'm like, okay, what's the details? It's like 7. I'm like, is that 7? 7 as in grade 2? Yes. But you know what I thought? I mean, I remember we had a conversation about show and tell.
Yes.
About show and tell shootings. Which could have been a show and tell shooting if things had gone differently. So first of all, we're grateful for how it played out.
Yeah.
But we have a violent and toxic underbelly of our culture that we have to address. Yeah. And guns are going to... Some children grow up with weapons in their ecosystem. And it's going to bleed over into their world. And I may always say, as adults, we often invite picnic in an adult business when they're not inner. And sometimes it's inviting them into adult mix-up or adult malice and vexation. And sometimes it's weapons.
Yeah.
And so the investigations have to be now underway. How did this submachine gun, this killing weapon, because that's what it is.
Absolutely.
Use a submachine gun for dig yam.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not a tool of anything else.
Right?
Right.
So you find it's a killing machine. Right.
You say it's I guess based on what you do, you say it's in terms of, some children, guns are a part of their ecosystem. I'm like, where is a 7-year-old getting a submachine gun from? But I guess you're right.
And that is why Mr. Minto says, we'll update as the investigation, because it naturally has to go there. Because it's one of those cases where it's not about the 7-year-old.
Which is why there's also a lot to decipher from what Dennis is saying, in that you don't use that to dig yam.
Exactly.
So the fact that the person had this weapon suggests that there is a reason this weapon would be in possession, and what is the reason why one would have that type of weapon in their possession.
In some communities, remember, in some communities, they pick their gun bag,
Yes.
So you have to establish, is it a gun bag situation?
I'm sorry, a what?
A gun
Very
bag?
new thing where they literally use a child to disguise the bag or carry.
So you're less likely to search a child. So police are come, put in a picnic bag.
Yeah.
That happens in a lot of instances. Police are come, put it in a schoolgirl bag.
Disguise it, cover, hide the weapon.
Wow.
So gun gone, so me gone. So you understand? And then sometimes it's a case of me see the gun, and me fast with the gun, and me take out gun and put it in my school bag.
And whoever don't even know.
You understand?
Right.
So
I'm
you
looking
don't
forward
know
to
the
an
circumstances.
update.
So the question that you ask is a legitimate question. How does a submachine gun end up in the possession of a 7-year-old? There are different ways that it does because of the ecosystem.
Well, we're looking forward to the updates, and we'll definitely bring them to you. And thankfully, it was confiscated before any harm was done. So, all right, next up. Boston Jerk Center ordered closed due to health violations. Portland's health department has ordered the closure of the renowned Boston Jerk Center due to significant sanitation issues, unhealthy practices, and the sale of uninspected meat. According to reports, the closure effective the 6th of October follows a series of inspections by the Ministry of Health and Wellness officials conducted throughout August. Chief Public Health Officer Lorenzo Hume, addressing the monthly sitting of the Portland Municipal Corporation meeting on Thursday, explained that the Boston Jerk Center's condition had deteriorated over time and repeatedly failed to meet public health standards. This isn't the first instance of the Boston Jerk Center facing such action. In January 2016, it was also closed for similar violations.
You know what I appreciate about stuff like this is that the authorities that are in place to keep things like this at a certain standard are doing their jobs, because
I was about to say the same thing.
we have such a rich street food culture, which is fantastic. Who would love street food more than me? I'm not sure. We love a good street food. You love a good pan chicken. You love a good crab. From certain circles, you know? And you love a good jerk. But the problem is there must be a standard, and often the standard falls and people don't uphold the standard. So I'm actually grateful that the authorities have literally said, we'll have to fix up, because people will sick it, people will die, you know? If the food is not up to standard. As a matter of fact, apparently some of even the meat was questionable. What do you mean the meat was questionable? Says what kind of meat?
Because where did you get it from? Remember, you also don't want to be facilitating the illegal trade. You don't want to be facilitating predial larceny.
Correct.
You understand? So where did that come from? I feel more relief hearing this story than anything else, because you're saying, I'm hearing that the local authorities are doing their jobs. What I'm hearing from this story is that there are systems in place, and those systems seem to be working.
Correct.
And you fail tests, and there are implications for you for failed tests, and we shut you down, and you fix it back, and then the next story will be that it's back and it's met the standards, and because that's what you want to hear.
We're hoping it comes back. You come back strong, Boston Jerk, because we love you guys. So let's hope that.
You ever get a curry conch from Boston Jerk?
Everything at Boston Jerk is so good. So let's make it. You know, let's make it.
But if the food is not up to par, then you feel.
People, let's go to the next headline, please. Let's go to the next headline, please, and thanks. Ready? Feel Good Friday headline.
All right.
Heartwarming film chronicles unlikely bond between man and rescued penguin. So the film My Penguin Friend tells the tale of, let's hope I don't massacre this, right? This is João Pereira de Souza, a retired stonemason who discovered an oil-covered penguin on Profeta Beach in Rio de Janeiro. The penguin, exhausted from navigating through the oil spill, was taken in by João, who nursed it back to health and named it Dindim. Once Dindim had regained his strength, João released him on an island near Profeta Beach. To Joe's surprise, Dindim returned to his lawn, waiting to be let inside. Dindim eventually left in February 2012, but the story didn't end there. Each year, after spending months at sea during the fishing season, Dindim would return to Profeta Beach to visit Joe, choosing to reconnect with his human friend rather than heading off to a summer island with other penguins. Aww.
I love that. I love that.
Nice.
Dim dim, you're thinking what I'm thinking.
I think it's a beautiful. It really shows that animals have feelings and we should care for them.
And they have identity. Do you think animals have souls?
We're not going into it.
Animals have
We're not
souls
going
and
into it,
personality?
but it's a nice feel-good vibe.
But also, Dennis, your own question that you just asked, think about it. For the fact that the penguin would come back every single summer, his soul must have connected with the man. No?
Brilliant.
Of course. That's so nice. Animals are lovely. A lot of them humans don't even deserve.
And trees.
Hey!
And trees.
Says the non-tree hugger. That's a lovely story, TK.
It's a lovely story.
Thank you, Dennis. I appreciate
touched on this
it.
fine Friday. My cold, cold heart. That's all the time that we have for the headlines. After the break, it's your Friday morning dose of laughs in React. We'll be right back.
But me I go you're thinking what me thinking. But me I go force you for that girl there.